Some WWE couples are very public. Two very recently made a high-profile mixed tag match out of a couple's feud, after all. But others are more private, particularly when only one gets in the ring for a living. As much as fans may want Dirty Dominik Mysterio to really be linked to his on-screen love interest Liv Morgan, who stole him away from Rhea Ripley, his real-life love life is far more stable. Dom married his high school sweetheart, Marie Juliette, in March 2024, after an engagement of just over a year. They had been dating since they were both just 14 years old. The couple wed at the height of Mysterio's heel turn after he turned his back on his own father, Rey Mysterio, to join the Judgment Day. Wedding guests revealed that he was jokingly booed at the ceremony. Dom has revealed that his wife is cool with his chaos-filled romantic storylines and even occasional on-screen kiss.
She's my ride or die. She honestly never gives me a hard time.
Dom added that he just needs to let Juliet know what's going to happen ahead of time. He also said they text after every match so he can let her know he's okay. Dom called Juliet his rock and said he was blessed that she puts up with everything he gets up to in WWE. Logan Paul had a massive career as a YouTube star years before he made the leap to WWE, so it makes sense that his wife comes from outside the pro wrestling bubble. Paul married model Nina Agdal in August 2025 in Italy, at the same place where they got engaged in July 2023. Paul and Agdal revealed on the Impulsive podcast that he proposed with a 6.23-carat emerald-cut diamond.
It's absolutely stunning and perfect, and you have outdone yourself.
The couple welcomed their first child, a daughter named Esme, in September 2024. They revealed their baby's gender in a wrestling-themed event that April, with a match that ended with pink streamers. Agdal and Paul became a couple in 2022 and were spotted around London the summer before becoming Instagram official. Agdal confirmed their relationship when she posted photos of them together in December. Agdal said they first met in New York City and her gut was screaming at her to say hello to him. She said she convinced Paul to meet up with her for a drink and it instantly felt like she had known him for years. The phenomenal AJ Styles, whose real name is Alan Jones, wed his wife Wendy all the way back in 2000. He was just at the start of his career, which wound from WCW to Ring of Honor to TNA to New Japan Pro Wrestling before he finally landed in WWE in 2016. Wendy is a teacher in Gainesville, Georgia, where the family resides. The couple has 3 sons, AJ, Avery, and Albie, and a daughter named Annie. The AJ tattoo on Styles' side lists the birth dates of his 4 children below their shared initials. Styles and Wendy were most recently spotted together when they posed on the red carpet ahead of the 2025 Hall of Fame ceremony during WrestleMania 41 weekend. Wendy is seemingly a pretty private person, but she did become a focal point of Styles' feud with Samoa Joe in 2018. The former NXT champion targeted Styles' family throughout their feud. Joe verbally targeted both Wendy and Annie, infuriating Styles to the point he'd make mistakes in their matches or get himself disqualified for his attacks on Joe. Another wrestler who married his high school sweetheart is Big Bronson Reed. The former NXT North American champion, whose real name is Jermaine Haley, married his wife Paige in May 2021. Paige isn't a wrestler, but she did make an appearance in NXT in 2021, when her husband won his only WWE title so far. Reed announced in February 2024 that Paige had given birth to their first child. New parenthood changed Reed's booking plans. He was meant to be involved in the Elimination Chamber match in his home country of Australia, but had to drop out. Reed posted a statement on X about what happened. He said he was set for the show and it would have been an incredible moment, but plans obviously changed. He said everything happened for a reason and his wife had their baby early. He said he believed he was meant to miss the show to make sure he was there for his family. He also gave thanks to Paul Triple H Levesque for guiding him through what had to be a stressful time. The Celtic warrior Sheamus married Isabella Revilla, who is not involved in the professional wrestling world, in October 2022. Revilla is an animal rescue worker who helps pets find their forever homes in both Nashville, where the couple resides, and Revilla's hometown, Jersey City. Throughout their relationship, Revilla and Sheamus have been dog parents to pups Dawn, Frodo, Vesper, and Betty. Revilla runs an Instagram account to show off photos of their dogs, as well as help others find homes.
My wife worked for National Humane Association for years and then worked for By the Way in the city, right? Like animal shelters. Love them, right?
The pair got married in New York City. Drew McIntyre was best man, and Rusev also served as a groomsman. Rusev's wife, CJ Perry, was in attendance and posted some of the first photos of the big day to social media, offering her congratulations to the happy couple. Other WWE stars in attendance included Naomi, Damian Priest, and Matt Riddle. Former NXT North American and WWE Speed Champion Dragon Lee, whose real name is Emmanuel Gonzalez, married wife Lupita Orozco in 2016. Their wedding officiant was Fray Tormenta, a Mexican Catholic priest who is famous for founding and supporting an orphanage through his work as a luchador. Lee and Orozco have 2 daughters. They welcomed their first in 2021, and Orozco gave birth to their second baby girl at the beginning of 2025. The couple's second gender reveal was lucha-themed, with Orozco donning a pink mask alongside her husband wearing blue. Orozco isn't directly involved in the wrestling business, but she did make an appearance on the red carpet alongside her husband at the 2025 WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. She also shares photos and videos of their family life. Lee also shares numerous family photos on his Instagram, including adorable snaps of his daughters in his masks. It'd be hard to find a pro wrestling power couple with more accomplishments than WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins and Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch. Lynch explained how the pair's friendship turned into something more in her 2024 memoir, The Man, Not Your Average Girl. In 2018, Lynch had recently accepted a proposal from her then-boyfriend, but realized she didn't actually want to marry him. She just thought he was a safe option. Lynch said she was panicking about it and asked Rollins for some advice on how to handle things. About 4 months after he proposed, Lynch and her then-fiancé broke up via text message. Rollins' relationship with his then-girlfriend, former NXT talent Zara Schreiber, ended around the same time, and the pair started to hang out more. Rollins and Lynch officially began dating in January 2019 and went public a few months later. They got engaged that year, and Lynch revealed on the Raw after Money in the Bank 2020 that she was pregnant. Lynch gave birth to the couple's daughter, Rue, in December. She and Rollins married in June 2021.
Iron sharpens iron. We met through this industry.
Rollins and Lynch have only rarely appeared together as a couple on WWE TV, but recently they've ramped that up considerably to work jointly as heels against former WWE Divas champion AJ Lee. Had in-storyline dating relationships with multiple members of the men's roster in 2012, including Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler, but only one of those stuck. Soon after a brief on-screen relationship, Lee and CM Punk really struck up a romance. They stuck together even after Punk walked out of WWE following the 2014 Royal Rumble. They married in June that year, famously on the day CM Punk was officially fired from the company. Lee kept working for WWE until April 2015, when she retired from in-ring competition. After that, both Lee and Punk remained out of wrestling for years. Punk trained for his 2 UFC fights, and Lee wrote a best-selling memoir. Punk eventually returned to wrestling in 2021 for his doomed run in AEW. Around the same time, Lee became an executive producer for WOW, Women of Wrestling, which included serving as a commentator. But that ended around the same time Punk was fired from AEW in August 2023. When Punk returned to WWE at Survivor Series 2023, rumors instantly started swirling about Lee also coming back. But that didn't culminate until September 2025, when Lee finally did come back to face Rollins and Lynch alongside her husband. The ring general GUNTHER is married to a former wrestler, but she may not be entirely familiar to fans who never watched NXT UK. His wife is English ex-grappler Ginny Sandhu, who went by just Ginny during her time lacing up the boots. The two met on the independent scene in promotions like RevPro and WXW. They began dating while they both worked in NXT UK. While GUNTHER went to the United States to work with WWE, Ginny didn't make the journey stateside. The couple married in a private ceremony in 2022, while GUNTHER was still on his record-setting Intercontinental Championship run. GUNTHER and Ginny had a second wedding ceremony amongst family and friends in London in April 2023. GUNTHER announced their marriage a few days after the second ceremony, with posts on X and Instagram. Ginny announced her retirement from wrestling in January 2023 due to an injury that was later revealed to be a concussion. Ginny and GUNTHER welcomed a son in December 2023. In 2025, they purchased a home in Cambridge, England. During his time in NXT, Bron Breakker had a pretty public romance with his then rostermate Cora Jade, but that relationship ended after Breakker moved up to the main roster in February 2024. Jade has since been released from WWE and now works on the independent scene as Elena Black. In July 2024, Breakker revealed that he had started dating another NXT star, Izzy Dame of the Culling. Dame is also very active on TikTok, where she's amassed over 70,000 followers. She often shares videos alongside Breakker on TikTok, as well as her Instagram page. In one of the couple's recent adventures, Dame went fishing for the first time alongside Breakker. Her phone ended up at the bottom of the Florida lake. She captioned the video, "First and last time for everything," alongside a crying laughing emoji. While Dame has yet to be called up to the main roster, she could always join her boyfriend and Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins' Vision stable. Rusev and CJ Perry's relationship started as a professional one. Perry Perry, who went by Lana in WWE, served as Rusev's manager and mouthpiece, starting in NXT in 2014. They then jumped to the main roster together later that year. Rusev revealed that their long, shared car rides eventually led to dating.
And eventually, it just grew bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And we kissed.
And the rest was history.
The pair's engagement in 2015 caused a stir within WWE. Then Chairman Vince McMahon reportedly was not happy that TMZ picked up the story because the pair were on the outs in storyline. They officially wed in July 2016 with 2 ceremonies. The first was a circus-themed beach wedding in Malibu. There was a second in Rusev's native Bulgaria. Both were highlighted on Total Divas. Rusev and Perry were released from WWE in 2020 and 2021 respectively. Both worked in AEW for a time, but marital problems arose. TMZ reported in March 2024 that the couple had separated in late 2023, with Rusev having moved back to Bulgaria, but the couple never officially filed for divorce and reportedly have reconciled. TMZ notes they even renewed their wedding vows in March 2025. Rusev returned to WWE in April 2025 following WrestleMania 41. Perry has yet to make an official appearance alongside her husband on WWE TV since then, but did sign a Legends deal. Former WWE World Tag Team Champion Erik of the War Raiders is married to Sarah Rowe, who was known as Sarah Logan and Valhalla during her time in WWE. The pair got married in a Viking-themed wedding in December 2018, attended by fellow WWE stars, including Logan's then Riot Squad teammates Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. Erik and Logan worked together when she made a return to WWE in November 2022. She joined the Viking Raiders and adopted the Valhalla name. In April 2024, she left the company for the second time after announcing she and Rowe were expecting their second child. Logan announced on Instagram in June 2025 that she would not return to WWE to join her husband following the baby's birth. WWE allowed her contract to expire in September. Erik remains in WWE alongside his War Raiders teammate Ivar, a position both men fought through serious injuries to stay in.